Hey, it's Christine with Storyworthy. Today on the show, actor and comedian Adam Ferrara shares a story about being nominated for Comedian of the Year.
So I fly my parents all the way out. I had a publicist at the time that took them around, and we're going down the red carpet. And, you go down the red carpet and you say, it's an honor just to be nominated. So we're sitting at the table, right? And my mom's looking around. Oh, look at all these people. Joe, do you see everybody? Yeah. Sit up straight. Kevin Kline's looking. And I don't win. I forget who won that year. I think it might have been Dom Irera. I don't know. I don't win. And the winner is Dom Irera. And you hear my mother go, son of a bitch.
Today on the show, comedian Adam Ferrara talks about being nominated for the Best Comedian of the Year. Stick around.
Hey, it's Adam Ferrara, and you are listening to Storyworthy. I hope it ends well.
Welcome to Storyworthy. My name is Christine Blackburn, and I'm coming to you from Los Angeles, California. Whether you're a longtime fan of the show of over 13 years or you're a new listener, welcome to Storyworthy. I hope you guys enjoyed the story last week by writer Jordan Morris. Jordan told a really funny story about a dating mishap. He met this girl online, and they exchanged information, and then he went to meet her, and, she shows up, everything's great, but then halfway through, not even halfway through, but like an hour into the date, and they're in his car, they realize they weren't the people they were supposed to be meeting. So it turned out really funny. They did not fall in love like a rom-com. It's not a Hallmark movie. But nonetheless, it's super funny, and Jordan Morris is so talented. You guys go back and listen to comedy writer Jordan Morris last week. But not today. Stick with me now, because today I'm re-airing a show from comedian Adam Ferrara about Adam being nominated for Comedian of the Year from the American Comedy Awards. So this is a little while ago, but Adam's out here in Los Angeles, and he decides, because he's going to be nominated for this award, he could win. He invites his parents to come out from the Midwest. And it is super funny. How well does his parents do on the red carpet? Well, you have to listen today to find out. It's so darn funny. Adam Ferrara is quite talented. He also did an episode of My Life in 3 Songs, my other podcast, and he has some just wonderful stories, and he remembers some fantastic songs. So that's the other thing, you guys. Go over, check out My Life in 3 Songs, exclusively on Spotify. I talk to comedians about the 3 songs in their life that have impacted them. Not their favorite songs, but songs that have made a real impact on their life. And it gives us a look as to how the comedian grew up and where they grew up. So don't forget, you guys, check out mylifein3songs.com, and you'll find the show on Spotify. Also, it's Thanksgiving this week, guys, so happy Thanksgiving. I'm very grateful to all of the listeners out there. Really, if there were no listeners, there would be no podcasts. You know what I mean? I realize I can have that RSS feed and nobody will take it from me, but I wouldn't do it if I didn't know people are listening. So again, thank you very much, you guys, for listening to Storyworthy. Over 13 years of stories now. Over 800 episodes are available for you guys. And the show is now also available on YouTube. So if you go over to Christine Blackburn on YouTube, you'll find the entire Storyworthy catalog. How about that? Oh, and one more thing. We've got Story Smash, the storytelling game show, this Saturday night, November 25th, right here in Los Angeles at the Lyric Hyperion. Tickets are available over on the website, storysmashshow.com, and also at storyworthypodcast.com. Everything's linked up to get you guys tickets to Story Smash this Saturday night in Los Angeles. It's the funniest show in LA. Trust me. All right, you guys, let's get over to Adam's story. Adam Ferrara, you guys, is a really talented comedian, and you can find out everything you want about him over at his website, adamferrara.com. All right, you guys, wherever you are, put your hands together for the very talented Adam Ferrara.
Thank you for having me. And I want to tell you a story about the American Comedy Awards and, surprisingly enough, my family coming out. So I get nominated, right? I call my mother and father. It's like you said, it's either Dorothy Chandler Pavilion or some big place. And it's a big deal. So I called my mom and dad. I said, I'm flying you guys out. Because I forget what I was doing at the time. I was on a TV show at the time. I was like, come on, I'm flying you guys out. And they don't leave, going. When I did Letterman, coming into the city was a big deal. The Italians don't like to travel. Even Columbus had to go to Spain to get the boats. They weren't going to give him the boats. I mean, the Italians were just like, Chris, where you going? Let's stay here, have some wine. We'll tip over some gondolas. So I fly my parents all the way out. I had a publicist at the time that took them around, and we're going down the red carpet. And, you go down the red carpet and you say, it's an honor just to be nominated. So I'm talking to somebody over the red carpet, like Entertainment Tonight or something. And I'm in the middle of the interview, and my mother comes right in the middle of it. The camera's on me, Christine. And my mother walks right in and goes, Adam, I want to, and she turns to the camera and goes, oh, hello. Adam, the publicist lady is going to take us into the table now because I have to pee. All right. Your father's with me and we'll meet you inside. She turns, Joe, come on. We got to go. And she walks right through the shop. I'm looking right at the camera with this what the fuck look on my face. And my father walks right through the shot and goes, look at all these friggin' people. My God, where did they park? So we're sitting at the table, right? And my mom's looking around. Oh, look at all these people. Joe, do you see everybody? Yeah. Sit up straight. Kevin Kline's looking. Okay, fine. So she elbows my father. He sits up straight. And they show a clip of me, which was nice. And everyone claps and everything. And I don't win. I forget who won that year. I think it might have been Dom Irrera. I don't know. I don't win. And the winner is Dom Irrera. And you hear my mother go, son of a bitch. She slapped the table and said, son of a bitch.
That is so funny. Was this real quick? Was this a meal happening, or was it just drinks, or what?
Yeah, no. I think they gave us dinner. I don't remember. It was George Slaughter produced it, and I think we had dinner or something. I don't know what it was. It was a whole big thing, but it was nice. They get to see all the celebrities and stuff. And I was, I was still wide eyed too. I met Richard Pryor that night. That night, I met Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor was my hero. When I was a kid, I was 12 years old, and I went to one of those parties, those parties you go to with your parents where you get the warning in the car.
Yeah.
Like, now your father does business with these people. Don't behave like an animal. So they were downstairs watching Richard Pryor, and we were too young. We weren't allowed in. So they went upstairs for coffee. I went in, I rewound the tape. It was the Santa Monica concert. And I stood staring at the TV. And I remember saying out loud to nobody, I'm like, look what this man can do. It's like, I didn't know I wanted to be a comic. I just knew at some point, this was important. I didn't know how or why, but it was a profound feeling. I'm like, this is important. So he was in the wheelchair, and I didn't want to go up. I was terrified. But I went with my pal, Mary Ellen Hooper. I took her with me, and she's a comic as well. She goes, you have to go up and say hello. That's Richard Pryor. I said, I can't. He goes, this is the only opportunity you're going to get. And she pushed me to go up. And I said, and they showed a clip of me before. This was during the commercial break. And I said, Mr. Pryor, I just want to say hello and say thank you for all you've done. And he looked over at me and went, hey, you're fucking funny.
Oh.
He just saw the clip, and I just went, thank you. And I just, boom.
That's boom. Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. So I had that moment. So now I don't win, right? My mother goes, son of a bitch. Now we're at the after party. They always had an after party at, I think it was at the Comedy Store. Yeah, it was the Comedy Store. But the circumstances I remember was I was looking over and I saw my father. He was animated. He was getting older at that time, Christine, but he was animated and he was talking and he was holding court. He was my father that I remembered when I was a kid. He was that big guy, just you could see him. He filled a room with that energy. And he's talking to Don Rickles. And I went over to say something, and I realized my father he's trying to sell him a kitchen, because my father was in the kitchen and bathroom business. The reason he was so animated was he was selling. He was working. He was trying to charm Don Rickles into... I don't know how the hell they got into that conversation, but they're talking. I guess he was redoing his kitchen. What do you do here? And I remember walking in going, Don, you got to spend the money on the appliances. Get the Sub-Zero refrigerator. Don't go cheap on the appliance. And Rickles is listening. I'm like, oh, yeah, I need the Sub-Zero. I mean,
That's such a gift to give to your parents that night.
Yeah. My mother's still got a picture. I got a picture of me and Rickles in downstairs at my mother's house.
Wasn't that a funny story, you guys? Adam is a wonderful comedian, really talented. He's got so much going on. You can head over to adamferrara.com. Ferrara is Ferrara. And he also has a wonderful Instagram feed at Adam Ferrara. You guys, thank you again so much for tuning in to Storyworthy. It really means a lot to me. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be doing it. So thank you very much to each and every one of you. Don't forget to check out StoryworthyPodcast.com. Join the mailing list. Why not? And on behalf of the very talented Adam Ferrara, my name is Christine Blackburn saying, make it a Storyworthy week.
Thanks for joining us on the Storyworthy Podcast. We'll be back next week with all new stories. Subscribe to Storyworthy on iTunes and visit the Storyworthy website at storyworthypodcast.com.